It was an awesome experience. Meant the world to me and the guys. I don't ever like to talk about what those guys say because I want them to feel like they can come back to the team and say anything they want. But I mean, you're talking about a deal where you've got some grown men shedding a tear, and there's one of them right here. But I mean, they just told those guys what it meant to be a black shirt, and I don't know if they've heard that from enough guys yet to really get this tradition back where it needs to be. And it was an awesome ordeal. One I'll cherish for the rest of my life probably.
What are you guys preparing for with South Alabama? What are you looking at?
Well, I mean, obviously you're looking at their season last year. There's some new pieces. They lost a guy, I think a heck of a receiver they lost to, I think he's maybe with the Denver Broncos. New quarterback. A lot of these kids, with me being in Alabama recruiting, I've had the chance to see live. I know their quarterback's a heck of an athlete that can really throw the football. He's a big kid, Cephas. But they have a really nice scheme, some really difficult things to defend, and I think they have some good athletes running around. So it's going to be a good first game for us to get a lot of things fit up correctly and matching personnel, and they are very multiple in what they do.
Is there much similarity schematically with what they do compared to what you saw against Troy last year?
Yeah, there's a little bit. I think their offensive coordinator is a former Troy assistant, so I mean they've got a little bit of the same package, and then he's got his own wrinkles that he's brought in that Troy didn't do, and a lot of nice things. I think he does a really nice job calling football plays.
How much of it is looking at a game plan and seeing what they're doing, but also trying to just establish what you want to see from your guys in week one?
Yeah, week one's always the iffy one, right? If you try to get super exotic game plan wise, the guys aren't going to maybe go out and operate as well. And if you just try to run base defense, you're maybe limiting what the guys can do against certain plays. So you got to find a good mix in the middle there, and I think we've done that with the game plan.
So what can people expect to see?
Well, I hope what they see on defense is, I mean, it's what I've seen so far is guys playing really, really hard. The effort's been unbelievable. Communication's been unbelievable. Hopefully we cause some turnovers. Hopefully we're well tackling. Hopefully we're a physical football team. That's what I want to see in game one.
I'm sure you expect a little more of a normal routine in the opener this year than what you guys experienced in the September 1st game that didn't happen last year. What are your memories of being a part of that night a year ago?
To be honest with you, when we ran out on the field, we had been in the spring game, obviously, but it wasn't quite the same. I was a little taken aback by Lincoln Memorial Stadium. And then when they kicked that ball off, I was still kind of in awe. When everybody was heading in, I thought there was a penalty or something, and then someone finally told me, we're going in. It was a great experience, that first tunnel walk and walking out, but then it was kind of not a good experience after that. So.
That first depth chart being put out, I guess, how much do you feel like there's more to add on top of that, and how many tough decisions were there?
There's a few tough decisions, like who's gonna run out first at middle linebacker. I think we got 3 starters right now, and so to me, I don't really care who runs out. It's the guys care a lot more about who runs out for the first play than I guess I do, because I feel great about the 3 of them. I feel great about the outside backers. I feel great about those 5 DBs, and we could get a good mix out there. And there's a lot of more oars in there than I think were listed. Ben Stilley is an oar with any position on the defensive line. He's a starter. So I feel good that you have those oars and you have guys that you can feel like your starters. I guess the hard decision is who walks out for the first snap. And then, like I said, it's those kids probably makes a lot more difference than it does to me, because I just see like we got depth and we can roll in.
How much is Cam Taylor just kind of made? Obviously, he's a great athlete coming in. Just that jump from year 1 to 2. What do you see out of him to get him in position?
Yeah, I mean, leadership from a young guy. He's an absolute dynamite special teams player, and he's a guy for us that can play corner. He can play safety. He can play nickel. He's good enough to be the starter at any 5 of those positions. But we also have really good ones right now in front of him. But he's going to play a lot of football this year, and I think he's going to make a lot of plays.
What has Darian Daniels done just to earn respect in the locker room and to be able to do what he did?
Yeah, I mean, Darian, I think I said before, he did it the right way. He came in and he went to work, and he earned their respect. He didn't come in like, I'm the man, listen to me. He earned that respect, and in turn, those guys voted him a captain, which I think it's almost unheard of, a guy being here such a short period of time and being voted a captain. But it's probably the right decision, and it was a really cool honor for him.
What did you see from Markel this week at safety in his fall camp?
Yeah, to me, Markel is a completely different guy. He's playing really well. He's an unbelievable teammate. He knows what he's doing. He's a great special teams player. He's willing to do what the team needs to succeed. He's been just a bright spot for me in camp.
Last year, that Colorado game was like a huge pass rush game. Everybody's thinking, it's going to change from week to week. So is there anything, this year that you think maybe takes people by surprise, really going from this defense?
I mean, I was hoping that it'd be pass rush like that every week too. We had a little dip, and part of that was the culture of the team, probably, that's been talked about at magnitude. Part of it was we didn't have enough depth in the tank. We had some guys that were, running down and those type of things. But I want to see the aggressive nature like we had at Colorado. I want to see that throughout the entire year.
How do you kind of plan to use a guy like JoJo? Is he more of a, bring him in for a certain amount of snaps, or I guess how do you plan on using him?
Yeah, right now, JoJo's still. You can be in as good a shape as you want. Until you play football, you're not in football shape. And JoJo just hasn't had a billion snaps playing football right now. He's a really good player. He's going to play a lot of football for us. He may end up walking out there as a starter one day. I don't know. But right now, we're just kind of getting his legs back under him and making sure that he's ready to go. I don't want to lose him on September 1st when we need him, in October and November.
Long term, do you view him as like an every down guy or situational type of guy?
He's a guy that could play every down, depending on package. You can do so many things with him. He can play outside linebacker. He can play that kind of pseudo-nickel position. He can play some inside backer, depending on the packages. So there's a lot of things that you can do with him.
Have you noticed any differences between this year and last with how the players are kind of approaching the season opener, both mindset and in practice?
Yeah, I think I've just seen it's just a more mature group. It's a more workmanlike group. It's a group that knows what has to be done if we want to be successful. It's not we're going to do it our way. They're doing it Coach Frost's way right now, and it's just to me, it's a completely different attitude.